Hi amazing people, welcome back to Designs by Temi. For today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to cut and sew this gorgeous long Aya satin skirt with a waist elastic band. If this is something you're interested in, please do not forget to watch to the end of the video. For my new viewers, thank you so much for clicking on this video. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for sticking to the channel. Without wasting much time, let's get started with today's tutorial. Welcome guys. So I already went ahead to fold my fabric on a bias. I'll show you how I folded it on this paper. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it into two, and I'm going to also fold it in a bias. So I'll be taking all my measurements from the folded edge, and on the other side we have 4 openings. So now what I will do is go ahead and pin down my fabric to avoid it moving all around. For this tutorial, I made use of 3 meters of satin. So from the top of my fabric, I'll go down to where my waist measurement will be. I went ahead to divide my waist measurement by 4 and I marked a straight line right there. For this tutorial, we're going to be cutting out the front and the back piece together. So after marking my waist measurement, I'm just drawing out a straight line right there. The next thing that I'll go ahead and do is to get my waist to hip measurement. For this skirt, I made use of 8 inches. You can go ahead and make use of 9 or 10 inches to get a loose fit. Then I'll proceed to roll out a straight line. Then from my waist, I'll go down by 20 inches to get how curvy I want my skirt to be. As you can see, the skirt is not entirely straight, so I just went down by 20 inches and I'm just going to go ahead and roll out a straight line as well. After rolling out, I'll go ahead and locate the full length of my skirt, which I made use of 42 inches. Then I also went ahead to add 1 inch for hemming allowance, and I'm going to go ahead and take this for 3 inches all around. After doing this, I'll go ahead and use my chalk to connect the points. Right after connecting the point, I'll mark my waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch, and I'll go up by half an inch. This is for me to join my elastic to my skirt. I'll rule out a straight line as well. Then I'll go down to my hip line and I'm going to go ahead and mark my hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch, and I'll also go ahead and replace the same measurement on the 20 inches point that we marked, and I added 1 inch as well. After marking this, I'll go ahead and use my ruler to connect the body shape. So after marking, I went ahead to go to my full length and I decided to mark 16 inches for the opening of my skirt. You can make it as wide as possible, but I made use of 16 inches. After marking, I went ahead to rule out a straight line and I'm going to proceed to go ahead and cut out the skirt. So after cutting, this is what I have. I have 2 pieces, which one is for the front and the other is for the back. So for this skirt, we're going to be using a French seam to complete the skirt. So what I'm going to do is place my right sides on each other, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch all around the sides by 0.25. After stitching both sides, I'm going to proceed to go ahead and trim off all the excess that we have on both sides. So right after doing that, I'll go ahead and flip my fabric over and I'll poke out all the sides. You can also go ahead and use your iron to just poke out all the seams. And once I was done ironing, this is how it looks. The next thing to do is to go ahead and stitch by half an inch on both sides. So right after stitching, this is how it looks. As you can see, we have it neat on both sides. When you flip it over to the right side, you're going to also have a neat finishing. So you won't have any part of your fabric fraying out. This helps if you don't have an overlocker or you're willing to resell it without having an overlocker. So this gives you a neat finishing. Now moving on to the waist, I'm going to go ahead and use my elastic band, and what I'm going to do is to minus 3 inches from my waist measurement. My waist measurement is 30 minus 3. I'm going to be having 27, but I'm going to be cutting out 28 inches including allowance. So right here I went ahead to cut out 28 inches, and I'm going to go ahead and take this elastic band to my machine, and I'll proceed to stitch by half an inch. After stitching, this is what I have. I'll trim off the excess, and now I'm going to go ahead and fold my elastic band into 4 to get 4 points. So as you can see, I went ahead to fold it into 2. I'll make my marking right here. I'll also make a marking on the sides and the middle part. So as you can see, we have it divided into 4. Now what I'm going to do is to fold my fabric into 2 to get the middle point. I'll proceed to notch the center of this skirt. After notching, we're going to go ahead and start inserting the elastic. So from the back, I went ahead to pin it down to the center of my skirt. Then the next thing is to locate the side of the elastic where you marked and pin it to the side of the skirt. And you repeat the exact same thing for the center front and also for the other side. So after pinning, this is what we have. To stitch this to the skirt, you're going to go ahead and pull your elastic while sewing. And after sewing, this is what I have. What I'll do is turn over the elastic into my fabric. And on the side, I'll go ahead and top stitch it, making sure that it's very close to my seam. So I'll push the elastic in like so, and I'll go ahead and top stitch right here. I'll repeat the exact same thing for the other side as well. And right after stitching, this is how it looks. Now to finish up the end of the skirt, you need to go ahead and fold the hem of your skirt by 0.25 and just go ahead and pin it all around. After pinning, we're going to go ahead and stitch very close to the hemline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stitch very close. And after stitching, this is how it looks. Let me bring it closer so you can see. So now what I'll proceed to do is to trim off all the excess that we have. And after trimming, this is how it looks. So I'll just quickly take this to my ironing board and give it a good press. And after ironing, this is how it looks. Lastly, we're going to go ahead and finish up the hem by folding it in by half an inch. So you just fold it all around by half an inch and stitch it down. And as you can see, after stitching and finishing the skirt, this is how beautiful it looks. The hand looks so neat. This can be sold in your ready-to-wear collection, and this can fit literally almost anyone with the waistband. Just make sure that you sew according to your size, and you're going to have this beautiful skirt. And this is all for today's tutorial. I hope you guys love this tutorial. If so, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.